Hi, good morning, everybody. We're just going to wait a little bit longer. We've still got 5 minutes or so to go. So thank you all for who's attended promptly, and we'll just give everyone a bit of a chance to join. Thanks. Hi, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this presentation on Circle. My name is Kevin Drinkall, and I'm the EMEA Market Development Manager for Zyzel Networks. Today, we're going to cover Circle, our new management platform for licensing. And really, it's about making a simpler way for partners, you guys, to do business with us. Zyzel's new licensing platform is obviously at its very early stages. We've just launched, so this is a kind of introduction to it. But as we move forward, we're going to really try to centralize all the licensing and make it much easier for you guys to manage licensing and even do the renewal process itself. So Circle is a simpler way for our partners to do business. It's designed to simplify not just the licensing, but also we are looking to introduce subscription services as well. This will allow MSPs, VARs, resellers to really save their time by building recurring revenue through one single centralized platform for management. So we understand that, and not just ourselves, but with a lot of vendors, licensing is a bit of a bugbear for large organizations, or even some of the smaller ones where you don't have the time to keep chasing for licensing, etc., or looking for what's coming up for renewal, or don't have any kind of platform to look at where or when, or you keep it in a spreadsheet. And we want to try and make that process much streamlined for you guys, so that you can go somewhere to find out what's coming up for renewal, what licensings you need to follow up on, and and try and help you build a business around the licensing elements of our products. So Circle, in a highlight from its very top level, it's a single platform experience. So all licensing and renewals can be done under a single platform. Over time, we will bring more and more products into the platform. Currently, the devices that it supports are security products. But later in the year, so around September time, we will do another update where we'll start to integrate Nebula licensing, etc., and obviously then move forward with anything else that we want to bring into this platform for licensing as well. You can manage all of your customers in one single place, regardless of whether you have them already in multiple different MyZyzel accounts. You can consolidate the MyZyzel accounts and put them all together, and I'll go through that a little in a couple of minutes. We will introduce, it's not currently available, we'll introduce team and group access where you can create one company and log into it with several different accounts, so that you can manage the same view and renew under the same platform, and also create privileges as well. So one user can register devices, others can renew devices, for example. We do have easy and renewable flexible payment methods, which we're going to introduce. And at the very outset, we have started with credit card transactions, purely because we already have a platform to do that. And also we're going to integrate with distributors as we move forward. We do have a modern kind of style dashboard, so really much easier to kind of navigate around, which I'll go over in a couple of minutes as well. So the first thing is we want to bring it all together. So, one of the key feedbacks we get from many customers is that I've got loads of MyZyzel accounts dotted all over the place for different customers, and I want to be able to have a single view of those devices. With Circle, you can register a single account, and then what you can do is you can link or sync or import into your Circle account. This means that if you have 10, 20, 30 different MyZyzel accounts with different products in it, then you can import them or synchronize them to the single account. Now, the two different things is, one is if you import them, it moves them into this system, into your single account. If you link them, it leaves them in place in MyZyzel accounts, but gives you an overview of those things, those products that are in those different accounts. And this allows us to bring all of your kind of licensing together in a single platform, in a single place, where you can see all the devices, regardless of what MyZyzel account in the background is being used for. You can organize the devices, so it doesn't matter whether they were in 10 different MyZeisel accounts. We can group them and create organizations, groups, and sites within the system, and you can customize this however you want. So you can build your own groups, your own sites, and then you can import the devices or move the devices to a group so that it's easier for you to organize. So it becomes more of an asset management tool where you can see groups of devices or sites where you want to maintain them. And this is something that we don't currently have right now. If you look at MyZeisel, you basically, I think the most you can do is really name a product. With this, you can group them, organize them, and use this platform as part of a whole management process. And also, obviously, while we said before, you can import the devices and group them. From here, you can find the products very easily. You can drill down. All the screens are designed to be like report screens. So instead of using, exporting reports, etc., you can actually use the screens to filter by what's coming up for expiry, what has expired, what needs your attention, and etc. So really quick find of devices and services. And also, we will import all of the historical service information from the devices from MyZeisel so that you can view all of the data that's in MyZeisel. Now, MyZeisel and Circle are tied together, so it means if you do go back into MyZeisel and do something like add a service in MyZeisel, then it will add it to Circle, and vice versa. If you add services into Circle, it will appear in MyZeisel. So it's like a new front end for MyZeisel, which incorporates multiple accounts. So like I said before, much easier for account management and much easier for bringing all those devices together. Once you find devices that need renewal, another problem that often people find is which license goes with what product, and how do I grade them easily. Now, under the platform, you can find the devices, you can click on the renewal options, and it will present you with the options of what licensing is available for that device. And then you can add them to the cart. And then you can go and do another one and another one and another one. So you can update several devices at the same time. And if you do a credit card transaction method, then it will activate them immediately. So as soon as you paid for them, it will activate them online. So it makes it a much easier process. You can, of course, buy through distribution and import the keys and activate the keys, just like you would do traditionally, but you can do it in one single place. And also, when you come to checkout, rather than using credit card, you can generate basically like a quote request, which you can send to the distributor that will allow you to just send it to them and say, oh, well, this is what I need for licensing, rather than having to find the keys or what licensing goes with what product. In the future, we'll obviously try to integrate with distributors directly, but this is also something that takes a lot of resource to do. So over time, we'll work on this to improve this process as well. In a later update this year, we'll also introduce what we call subscription alignments. So if you have several different products in a group or in a site or in an organization that you've created, or indeed if you want to just tick several devices and you want to align them to the same licensing to the same renewal date, then within the platform, what it will do is it will allow you to select a date in the future and then calculate what's required to top it up to make it all in line with each other. So we have, a lot of customers who don't want to have several different renewal dates for the same customer. So what they will, the idea in Circle will be is you'll create a customer organization, and then you'll put all your products in there. And then when you want to align them to the same date, you go into this screen, and then align them to the date you want to renew them to. And then that will be the renewal date from then on for everything that you want to do. So it will auto calculate what's required and even generate an output report if you need to go to distribution, or again, do it by credit card if you want to do it online. We do have an online store, which is available if you want to purchase keys quickly for customers if you're reselling them. So if you're not going to activate a device yourself, but you're reselling the key to a customer who's just rung up, for example, you can also use it as a tool to find the key, licensing that you might want to do. It'll give you the codes, etc. So it's two things in one. It's a quick license store where you can kind of find the licensing available, and you can purchase if you want to via credit card online here, or you can go through distribution and tell them this is the key or this is the license that you require. So there's two things that we're trying to do with Circle. Is one, make it so that there is a quick access option for you to activate it there and then. You might be stuck at the weekend where you can't, you're doing an installation and you need the license in right now. Then there's an option to do that immediately. Also go via traditional methods like through distribution and purchase the keys, and we want to try and simplify that process as well. So you can use the platform to organize your devices like an asset management tool, and then obviously if you need the license keys, you can work out what products you need or services you need to add to that device, and then quickly send that to distribution with ease. So what do you need to do to be or gain access to Circle? So Circle is a free service for our partners. It's not a paid service. You can apply at circle.zeisel.com. You complete the form. It will import the details from your MyZeisel account. We will verify that you're a partner with Zeisel, and then we'll approve you. It normally takes 1 to 2 days to approve, and then you can start using the platform to import and import your devices, organize your devices, and if you need to do renewals, etc. Now we do have another service which is for end users, so which is for it's called the Zeisel Marketplace. Circle and Zeisel Marketplace are two different platforms, but inevitably, we've connected the kind of purchasing process via the Zeisel Marketplace for people to buy online. But essentially, the Circle platform has been designed specifically for our partners, and we will obviously take feedback from you guys and improve the whole process, to try and streamline the kind of licensing elements as well. So if we have to say what Circle is in a nutshell, it is an asset management tool for our partners to help them import registered devices, group the devices, and create kind of customer device management process for you guys to easily find them, and help you look at the license activation and redeem licensing process, as well as looking at licensing and servicing that you will need to renew. The account management part is for, you can look at your company profile management, you have your distribution management in there, and we'll also have corporate member management where you can create roles and privileges in the future as well. And also, of course, we have the e-commerce platform integrated into it. So if you do want to, buy or purchase online quickly, then you can also automate that process to make it much more streamlined as well. But of course, you can always go back to distribution and buy keys and make it, and obviously if you get better pricing from distribution, you can still continue to do that, and then obviously import the keys into the Circle management and activate products in a much more streamlined way. So this is Circle. So we want to bring it all into Circle and make it much simplified for licensing. It's obviously very early stages, so and we will progress. If any of you guys have feedback that you want to put forward to us how we can improve in how and help you with licensing process, then always free to, we're available to do that. And this is part of a real customer-centric integration that we're trying to focus on to help you guys really streamline this whole licensing process and renewal process. Any questions? Please pop them in the question. I've got Luke on, who's obviously looking through the questions as well. So so I'll go to the questions.
Hi, Kevin. It's Luke. A couple of questions about pricing.
Okay.
You say you can buy it through credit card or distribution. How does that work for resellers? What's the pricing? Is that distribution cheaper or?
Yes, I would say distribution is still a lot cheaper right now. We're not applying any discounts or anything to licensing in Circle. Over time, it depends how we integrate with the distributors, but generally, if you need something immediately, then you will pay kind of the standard reseller price. If you've got projects, often you will be able to negotiate with the distributor to get slightly better rates. So, of course, if that's the case, you can still use Circle. You just need to buy the keys through distribution. And again, we're trying to streamline that process as well.
Okay. Are the prices in euros and British pounds, or just in
Yes.
euros?
No, they're in UK. It's in GBP, and in Europe it's in euros, and if it's a Nordic country, it's in their local, like Swedish krona or Danish krona, for example.
Okay, great. So local currency is supported on the
It is
system.
supported, yeah. And also, if you're a European company and you don't tend to pay the VAT and you declare all the tax, at the end of the transaction, when you come to, if you're doing it by credit card, when you come to do the checkout, you need to put your VAT number in, and it'll discount the tax off of it at the end. So.
Okay, okay. Then there's another question about Nebula clients and devices. Will Circle pull in all these devices automatically, or do you need to import them?
You will need to import them, so you select the devices you want to import. So Nebula will be supported in sort of September time. We're currently working hard to get the Nebula platform integrated into Circle. We had to wait a little bit because we've changed the licensing structure of Nebula to be per device away from points based, which, to be fair, was very complicated for most customers. So we tried to streamline it, and now the licensing has been streamlined for Nebula. It means that it's much easier for us to integrate with Circle. So at the point when Nebula is available, you can just go to add devices, import from an MZCE account, and it will then list all the Nebula devices. Currently, it will only show you the security devices. So if it's a USG or a Zywall or a USG Flex, for example.
Yeah, I understand. There's a question about ordering. If you order a license, is there any lead time? Because now it's generated in Taiwan, which may take some time. How does it work when Circle is?
If you do it in Circle and you do it on the device, if you do it on the device through Circle and activate it by credit card, it's immediate, so it's instant. It will activate the device for you. So basically, as soon as the transaction is complete, it will activate the device immediately. So there's no lead time. It's basically, I mean, probably 2-3 minutes later, you'll see it activated on the device.
Okay, that's when you buy through distribution.
Buy through distribution.
Sorry.
Yeah, buy by credit card. Yeah. If you buy by
Yeah.
credit card, then it's an instant transaction. It will activate the device for you immediately. If you buy through distribution, then you'd have to wait for the key and then add the key to it and then register the key against the device like you would do traditionally. So.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's all the questions that are in there right now. So if you still have a question, please put it in a question.
Yeah, I can open
box.
the mics for everybody in case someone wants to speak. So I've done that now. If you do have a question, you can either ask by unmuting your mic or type it in the box, either way. So, okay, no questions.
Sorry, Ms. Walter. I'm trying to sign up with Circle now, but I get a response that it only accepts the business email, and my original account is with Gmail.
Okay.
How can this be solved?
So basically, we don't allow Gmail and kind of the free service or like Outlook.com by default. If you do have a Gmail account and you want me to, we can still activate it, but we have to do it manually. So if you send us an email, so if you drop me an email at Kevin.Drinkall, which is DRINKALL @Zeisel.eu, I'll get it, and you let me know what the details are. We'll add it for you.
Yeah, or change the email in my Zeisel account. That's
you could do that as well. Yeah, I mean we're happy to accept Gmail accounts. It's just that the problem is that we just get inundated with like the spam processes, and that's trying to apply. So to stop that from happening, we do it. Those who do, there's not that many, so we're normally okay. So, but if you do have one, I'm fine to add it. It's just we do it manually. So.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
No problem. Thanks, Walter. Any more questions? Okay, I think we're good. No more questions? No. Any more in the box, Luke?
No, Kevin, nothing in the box anymore.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. So we'll call it quits. What's this one? Detail licenses. Okay, yeah. So any questions then or anything, just please come back to our teams and we'll try to help locally as well. So thank you very much for joining, and I hope you enjoy the Circle platform. So thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
No problem. Thanks, Luke.